What's up, guys? It's Mr. Javid, and today we are back for another episode of the hardest hitting podcast out. On the contrary, and I'm joined by my co-host once again, PokeaimMd.
Yo, what's up, guys? You got Pokey in here. We are chilling at the birthday party.
Birthday party.
Birthday party.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Because every day is a gift when you hear my voice. What's up?
Oh, that's how you feel?
No, not at all.
But it's funny when I did the intro just now. I'm like, I'm gonna do some variation of some crazy. Like that's gonna be the stick. Like I just said the hardest hitting. I'm like, it's the most dastardly devastating podcast. Like I'm gonna do that every fucking podcast. Every time, everyone is gonna be a different thing. It's the most diggly do podcast out there. But as I probably put in the title, today we're gonna be discussing somewhat the tier changes, but more so, are you? A new tier has been introduced. Are you? And it's actually a little bigger than I thought it'd be. And that's some interesting Pokemon that I didn't think would be RU. I do think that's going to change as Jam defines the meta, but for now they can remain there.
As Jam defines the meta, yes.
Yeah, but for now they can remain there. I don't shift the meta as quickly as far as the tour scene anymore.
Some might even say that it takes a whole generation, like last generation, until Jam played RU and really shifted the meta.
Well, not RU. I meant more so having those RU Pokemon become OU.
Of course, I got you.
But it'll take time. It'll take time when I start team building for real. But yeah, Joey has played 400 games of RU already, so I think he's pretty well educated in the tier. So I figured we discuss what's going on.
Yeah. So just to take it away, some things obviously, like some Pokemon you wouldn't really expect to be down in RU. I thought like Phalanx would be something that would be UU at least. Just because of its Omni boosting ability, and then you see strong mons like Quag, but Quag is always that Pokemon that just goes back and forth, depending on the metagame itself. But one thing I do like about RU is it has sand, it has sun, and it has hail. So it's like you have nice weather abusers, and of course we got Pokemon like Shiftry now that have Heat Wave, which is a pretty cool abuser for that. Ice Cube being down here makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's not the best Pokemon, but I do think that something like that can be really unique. Yeah, garbage, yeah, maybe. But like one of the strongest Pokemon, like one of the best Pokemon, at least defensively right here, is definitely like Jellicent or Vaporeon.
Jellicent shocked me. I felt like Jellicent had pretty solid OU usage. I guess when Dragon started
and it also had UU usage too. But then again, UU's best Pokemon are like Obstagoon, Gengar. So, I mean, it makes sense in that regard why it'd be... Like, why would I use that defensive spin blocker when I could use the offensive best Pokemon in the tier type of thing? But it's interesting. You still have top-tier threats that I feel like you saw last generation, like Roserade. I think Roserade's still a fantastic threat in general. And then, like, really popular stuff right now, you'll see, like I said, Sun. You'll see Auroraville offense. And you'll even see some variations of Stall. The other day I actually got put down by, it was this really odd team. It had like Substitute Cursula with like Will-O-Wisp, Strength Sap. And then it had like a Whirlpool, Rocky Helmet, Hail, Ice Cube. Yeah. So I took so much damage by touching it type of thing. And they're just some like really unique, I think, cores down here. But then you have like the basic RU threats that have been around for a while, like Salazzle. Salazzle being a top tier threat, like it would great speed tier. I think Bolton is also super solid as well, and I think it's just gonna be a really, really fun tier. Like there's so many different playstyles I feel that are viable right now.
For sure, man. And as I was just scrolling through the tier, I'm like, it is huge. Like it looks like about it's
every Pokemon.
Like
it's every Pokemon.
Well, the Silver Valley form is probably like really. I mean, that's 18 right there. But it still looks like a fairly large tier. I was expecting, a few.
There's a ton.
And they're not like useless Pokemon either. They're like most of RU, and that's what I found last gen. Actually, when I do my Uber lives, I'd actually go to RU first because I found, I don't know why, RU just had the most flexible Ubermons. So like if I was like, what haven't I RU? Let's go there. And the best gems were down there. But like in this case, like a lot of them are, if you're not Orb Beetle or OU usage, OU viable to a degree, because I don't think OU is as overpowered as it once was. So I think a lot of these things, there's no Z mood. Like you can really,
no dynamite. Any Pokemon can work.
Right. Grabopolt can do its thing. Fuck, Gigalith can do its thing. I'm surprised Gastro is down here.
You just call Grapploct Grabopolt. Do not.
I probably did. Anything that starts with a D is Dragapult in my head, right?
It starts with a G. But
it's just an irrelevant Pokemon. Like
no, basically. I agree.
But Ursula is trash. But go ahead.
Well, on Trick Room, it's really solid, and I think actually that defensive set is pretty interesting too because Xatu is something that's ran a lot, and Ursula just like, it's a rocker that can break. Xatu, exactly, yeah. But I think one thing that's really interesting too is that the viability of the evolutions this generation, and even like in RU as well. Like obviously Vaporeon is a great wish passer always, but I've seen Flareon like do its thing as well down there, and even like a Glaceon as well offensively just be extremely frustrating. And the Rotom forms I think is my favorite thing, my favorite new thing. All the Rotom forms being viable just because of the heavy duty boots and Nasty Plot. That's amazing. That's amazing. Like Rotom Fan, for instance, probably arguably the worst Rotom, right? And that Mon has viability right here, faster than fighting types in a tier. Will-O-Wisp can Nasty Plot Volt Switch. Air Slash is actually good coverage with Volt Switch right there. So it's really nice. And I think the premier Steel type in this tier is going to be Steelix, being the ground and Steel rocker, Iron Defense, Body Press type stuff too. But then you have like Galarian Stunfisk, which has a role when supported by Pokemon like Vaporeon or Aromatisse and Eldegoss together, especially with like Snap Trap little things like you can trap your opponent and do a little bit of damage and switch out, or Yawn. That's the only thing it really has over Steelix, like Snap Trap and Yawn. But even like Berserker, I used Berserker recently on a balance build, and Assault Vest. I made the set, and it was just like able to take on hits and just with wish support. It wasn't dying. Fake out with Tough Claws. Like I really like RU. I think I agree. There's too many Pokemon. there are like, and I know you didn't say it in a bad way, but I think that overall, like it's going to really even out, especially when NU comes as well, and they take some of these mons too. And that doesn't mean that you can't use them in RU, right? But it definitely gives more clarity towards building, I feel, when you see, when I think of OU, the reason like lower tier Pokemon work is because when I think of OU, I think of Dragapult, Corviknight, Ferrothorn type of things, right? Like OU has its, top 10 in usage, and it has like, maybe not this generation specifically or yet, but it has certain archetypes or certain builds that are just constant, right? So that's why you can take a lower tier pick and put in work with it, right? The surprisability, whatever factor, and also just its ability to be used to beat what's common. But like RU, I think right now it's been 2 days since we've had RU. It's all over the place. So there's so many just different unique play styles, and it's gonna be interesting to see how they all fit together. Because I mean, Ninjask ain't gonna be here, like Noctowl, but I do think I generally think a lot of them, if not the majority of the mons, have a place. So it's like like Wobbuffet without that one sucks without stuff.
I agree, and I think going back to the evolution thing, I think a lot of them are more viable than we realize, but it's gonna take time. Again, because I'm surprised I didn't know Mimikyu was OU. I don't think I've seen maybe 2 Mimikyus all generation. Sylveon's already set in the way. Sylveon is technically OU by usage. I think Vaporeon is excellent in OU. I think a lot of things.
Yep, it's excellent. OU and UU as well. Like it's so good.
Rain is not beating that. Nothing on Rain can beat a one like a sweeper wise. Dracovish is not muscling past a Vaporeon. Seismitoad is not muscling past a Vaporeon. Yeah. And Barraskewda is not muscling past. Like if you have that every sweeper, if you actually know how to play, like if you don't throw it in on Ferrothorn, Power Whip, that'll be helpful. But assuming you keep it healthy, yada yada yada, it can wish pass and 1v1 every one of those Pokemon. It's the conjunction that's called Nice Beam. So, I think it's very versatile. I think a lot of these RU Pokemon, I'm definitely gonna make Appleton a premier mon. shout outs to the Appleton, the Academy Appletons. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a premier mine in the OU tier. Dracovish will be no match when that boy hits the field. Gyarados will be obsolete. We'll be 1v1ing Ferrothorns all around the land. I'm telling you, it's coming, but just be patient. But other than, like, as far as RU is concerned, the most interesting thing, I haven't played it myself, but the most interesting thing thus far is just the weather aspect that you're referring to. You know, like a lot of weather mines exist in this tier. Like a lot of weather mines really haven't been very good this generation, other than the Excadrill.
Yeah.
Sheer weather abusing ability style mines haven't really seen much like worth. And a lot of them are RU, if not all of them. Yep. So a lot of the slush rush garbage.
Yeah,
The two, the two. Damn, they really fuck these niggas up. The two trash fossils. It's like the step siblings that get no love. Like it's crazy. Which especially because it's the first Bolt Beam. Isn't that the first electric ice type?
No, we have Rotom.
Oh, right.
But yeah, as its own self that didn't need any fridge to be part of it. It is.
Yeah. And that's freaking dope, because that's an amazing. Bolt Beam is tried and true, you know. The next thing would be like a ground fighting type whenever they decide to bring that into the game. I think that would be really solid.
One little thing you mentioned about weather is one Pokemon I've been using to success on multiple teams is actually Trapinch. Funnily enough, being able to trap Ninetales and beat it 1v1, weakening a Torkoal, first impressioning an Abomasnow, or first impressioning and trapping Shiftry. I think it's pretty cool. People don't know that Trapinch has the same base attack as Flygon, so it's base 100. With a Violite, with a Violite, so it's actually pretty bulky. So you can run like a Violite, Arena Trap, Earthquake, First Impression, Sewer Power, Crunch. I was also using it with Orbeetle and just specific Pokemon to deal with Dark types. Like
Orbeetle.
It's not super bulky. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the Trapinch deals with the Dark type?
Yeah. Certain Dark types that Orbeetle might not want to deal with. So like it's interesting because it's just a really cool little thing here, and and I've actually like swept like Jolteon as Pokemon that doesn't really do much because it lost a lot of its moves, and being able to just trap them and do that. Same thing with like a Bolton. I really like. I think it's very viable.
Yeah.
It's like a Diglett but better.
I agree. Well, not with the Diglett but better part, but just yeah.
It's just better, period.
Right. Diglett, no, never. But nah. I was actually, I think Scrafty is dope. I don't know about in this particular tier, but I was looking at it. It's like it actually has a low key niche. Like I'm excited to build a lot of these mines because I think as people get comfortable, as they always do, I think mines like those will run up. And I think a lot of the reason why, a lot of mines have just been set in their ways is because there is no Dynamax, there is no Z-move, there's no surprise factor. You know what they'll do, they do what they do. So like I can't, like if a Scrafty, I have a Scrafty, I can't do, I forgot what the Z-move was called for Steel.
Steel Spike, Max Steel.
That's for Z, that's for Dynamax, bro. I completely forgot. Corkscrew Crash. Yeah, like I can't just Corkscrew Crash the Clef. Like the Clef knows, okay, like there are no gimmicks. Like he can't, like I got this. So knowing that, you have to be a lot more creative to make interesting Pokemon like those work. Man, I'm pumped to start team building. As I'm starting to get a little more time in. But yeah, like
build me some OU squads.
No, I will. The tour squads, because Cloud.
Okay, I got 30 people on my team, bro. I think I'm not gonna be in a shortage of tour squad, babe. I'll take it.
But but those are trash.
That's crazy. That's insane.
If it ain't built by me, it's garbage. I mean, you got some that come out every once in a while that are solid, but hey, I mean, we're just speaking facts, bro. Who dominated the team building game in ORAS when I was active? ORAS is when I fell off. Like I didn't play so much Sun and Moon in the beginning, and then Sun and Ultra Sun and Moon. I played World Cup for that, but that was about it. I wasn't that active in Gen 7.
It's crazy how good a consistent team can be. Like DV Cup, when I made it to semis, I literally use the same team every round. And I was recording my replays like live, like they were uploaded. What's it called? OST. I used your team every game. It was always my game 1 or game 3. Always. Like I didn't deviate.
The Cofagrigus team, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That team was fire.
Yeah, and Blunder was in love with the Serp one. Like he used that shit every important game.
It's been last generation. I didn't think there was any team that made me feel that way at all.
Yeah, nah. I don't think that existed much of the Z moves are just too volatile, man. It's not. Yep. You can't really. Like now, I think there's the potential again to have something like that.
I agree.
To have something like that. In fact,
the go-to.
I was gonna say, there was no. I'd say Oras was close to this generation as well because I forgot Z moves came post Oras.
Certain megas were definitely more oppressive, though you could say. Metachamp, for instance, like you ain't got to switch it. Metagross was allowed.
Well, I'm talking about post Metagross ban. Like it was pretty, like it's pretty balanced. Like generally, it's gonna come down to skill, unless you just have a really poor team. Because you have you have unique picks like Suicune. If you're not ready, it'll run up on you. Like you had room to do your thing. It wasn't as matchup dependent. I don't think this gen is gonna be very matchup dependent either. But we're talking about OU and all that. Back to RU. But I think the most interesting thing right now is just looking at them. Like the weather aspect looks like we could have weather wars again in these little tiers and whatnot. I think that's super dope, and it's not just one weather war. You got sand,
multiple, and like Obama Snow is really, really viable too because not only does it set up the hail, but it can set up Veil now too.
Right.
So like, there's a lot. Ninetales has a good speed tier as well in this tier, so it's interesting. Like I love it. And then like a Scavalier has like close combat now and knockoff. It still has knockoff and it has close combat now. That's another demon that people are sleeping on, I feel.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, and one of them on that I mentioned, I haven't showed it off yet, but I will soon. But Mr. Mime, Galarian form, base 100 speed tier is fantastic. Freeze Dry, Focus Blast, Psychic is unresisted in the tier. Like, is nice and has Rapid Spin for speed boosting too.
It doesn't get Ice Beam?
It does, but Freeze Dry just I think stronger for Vaporeon and stuff like that. Gastrodon.
Mantine, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Well, besides you're blowing things away with Psychic. Anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of Mantine, bro, like just like things like Whimsicott and Pokemon like that, like I gotta remember what does and what doesn't have defog now. I played a Whimsicott and I played a Mantine and I would jump through hoops to try and prevent it from defogging.
Not knowing.
And then it turns out they don't have defog in their move pool. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that happened in a recent. I don't remember what Togekiss. Togekiss didn't have Roost, but I'm like playing around and like just like it could Roost when I could have killed that. Like I remember. I don't know if you saw that live. I switched around Dragapult a million times because I didn't want it to Roost.
You to Roost, yeah. Like at worst, it could have like Morning Sun or something, but like.
Oh, so it does get a recovery move.
It gets Morning Sun. That's about it.
Okay, so I guess I don't regret that then, because I was just fearing the recovery. But yeah, dude, like I think it's time, man. So for all of y'all listening, did you have anything else you wanted to say about Argue?
No, I'm just like I'm excited. I'm excited to play a little bit more of this tier. I've been having fun. I've been using stupid stuff, dropping games and winning games. It's so rewarding when you build a 5-second crappy team with a stupid strat. And it ends up winning. Oof.
Yeah, we need to grab a Wi-Fi battle in the RU tier. I think that because it's new enough.
We could do hundreds of Wi-Fi battles in RU if you want, bro. I'm with it.
All right, I am with it. Say less. Only the podcast listeners know this is coming. But yeah, y'all, jump into RU, man. Open your mind. You're like, oh, well, RU last gen. Well, it's a new gen. You don't know what's down there. Enjoy
bro,
yourself.
I used the car. I'm sorry. I used the car. The car coal. I use car coal. Like the pre-evolution of Colossal. That one's so. Let me just show you a stats real quick, Jim, before you end it. Like I was using this thing to success, man. What's this Salazzle? It has 363 HP, bro, and 262 special defense without an Eviolite. Like it's bulky.
It's fat, yeah.
Yeah, it's fat, man. Ooh, and it gets Will-O-Wisp, Ravisbit too, Flame Body.
Oh yeah, it's not dying.
That one, like, look at these stats.
Nobody.
But yeah, you could do your thing.
Nah, like I had 25 things open. Hold on. Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, 216. Well, I actually thought his
That
defense
one,
would be higher than. It looks like something that's really physically bulky. But his
it is
SPDF
base
is
90.
his SPDF is higher than his defense.
No,
No,
it's
never
defense
mind.
is. I just have max investment in Spadef because it's my
Mm.
Salazar.
Okay, I got you. Now I was looking at the top. I was looking at his attack.
It's faster than you think too, bro. The base 50 ain't that bad at a tier where everything's either super fast.
Bro, that's 136, man. Get that shit out of here.
That's kind of fast. That car be driving, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't expect a pot of coal to be 136. That's 10 growth speed, right?
Exactly.
Man, I remember when we had 10 growths. Zapdos.
I don't.
Scar. Good times. Good times. But
Stay gone.
good times. There's something else I was thinking about. I was like, damn, I missed that Pokemon. I don't remember what it was.
Metagross.
Mm-mm.
I definitely miss
It
Metagross.
wasn't Scizor. I'm like, where's Scizor, man? How you gonna take Scizor out of the game, bro? You know Scizor be putting people in the NU tier if that man was around. Like,
Yep.
come on now.
That's exactly how Scizor works. That's exactly how
Niggas
Scizor
would be in the NU tier, like straight up. Oh man, that would be dope. Hatterene gone. No more. Nah, but Hatterene's a beast. Hatterene's a beast, especially the bulky ones, beast. But
Well, I like it. Nuzzle and all that stuff has some really cool little options as well.
yeah, I'm about to dive into VGC. Oh man, so y'all, if you have not, you need to get on the Patreon. Click the link in the description. I'm probably not gonna upload too much Wi-Fi content to YouTube. I'm gonna be honest with you. Other than when it's draft league, there's just not enough room in the schedule to fit in Wi-Fi. With my plan that I have, at least. So it's gonna be podcast, team builder, OU live. So that's just gonna be exclusive to Patreon. YouTube algorithm can be funny about that sometimes too. So I'll just reserve that. Those are really dope. I think I have the most fun out of playing anything. I'm playing VGC and the singles one. I don't know why. Like, I always enjoyed VGC. I just didn't want to dedicate a ton of time getting into it, and I didn't have a DS anymore. But that's something I'm going to be playing. So I'm going to be accepting a lot of the teams. And you guys will have a private Discord group. So with the private Discord group, you can pass me team more easily, and it's a lot more intimate. It's actual conversations rather than the 700 people. Which is probably gonna get to 1,000 in a few weeks on my Discord group, which I love them too. But it's if you want to have a more one-on-one conversation, and have a lot more impact on what goes on, then Patreon is definitely gonna be the place for you. It starts at 3, goes up to 25, and yeah, great things coming.
Check it out.
Got this hour-long live team builder. Whew. I didn't upload that shit. I could have been uploading that this whole time. Well, yeah, whatever. But yeah, thank you guys for listening and watching, maybe. And yeah, that's where we're gonna end it. So that ends the hardest hitting podcast on earth. And yeah. You got anything else you want to say?
Alright, thank you everybody for watching. Maybe a lot of stuff. I'm gonna do some Wi-Fi on my channel once I finish these movesets, which will be done by Tuesday. Which is crazy. It feels like a whole season is done. I've been doing this every single day. Getting up there. I still gotta do Welcome to Ubers, Darmanitan. I want to do a whole lot of stuff, but I want to get these out. If I don't, who will? And we know who will. But that's why I gotta do it.
I'm not even gonna address that, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Relisify.